So guys, as you may know, All Aboard Florida wants to run passenger trains between Miami and Orlando, but a lot of people, especially in the Treasure Coast, are not very happy about it. So pretty much their way of fighting back is trying to make up pretty much lies and misconceptions about All Aboard Florida. Lots of fabricated so-called facts that are completely wrong, and it is our job as the High Speed Rail America Club, in support of All Aboard Florida and in support of progress, to pretty much disprove them. So here are 5 top misconceptions about All Aboard Florida. So people claim that property values are going to decrease once All Aboard Florida starts service. Not so fast. All Aboard Florida is expected to not only raise values because of the convenience of rail travel, but also allow for businesses around there to flourish because of tourism and hospitality, and also the possibility of commuter service and additional stops as the service becomes more of a fixture for the area will allow for community growth.
You guys know I'm all over about this public-private funding thing, but what All Aboard Florida's been getting backlash about is about this whole private and public sort of thing that they're trying to say, oh no, they're taking money in grants. Number one, what they're getting is a loan, which means they gotta pay it back, and it's not the sort of loan that the Florida high-speed rail service was going to get before. This one is actually going to get paid back, so you don't have to worry about even paying a dime out of taxpayer dollars like the first one. That has nothing to do with that at all.
To add to that, All Aboard Florida is done by a private company called Florida East Coast Industries, which also owns the Florida East Coast Railway. This is 100% in the private sector and is not like Amtrak, which currently exists and is funded by government subsidies. This entire line is their private investment. All the banks and everything are dealt through them privately, and the government has no part in it. You gotta be kidding me. These 9-car, lightweight, fuel-efficient trains are nowhere near comparable to the amount of size and stature of a 10,000-ton cargo train. Now, people are carrying the assumption that these trains will cause as much noise as the existing 10,000-foot and 10,000-ton trains. However, they are very misconceived and misinformed because these cars don't even have the weight of a freight train. The noise level that All Aboard Florida produces will be comparable to that of maybe a few city buses and nothing more. It won't cause any rumbling or shaking, so you guys have nothing to worry about near your homes.
I am a high-speed train. I am going 90 miles an hour. Block the traffic. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Here comes Big Choo Choo to eat your family. Ah, ha. Are you guys freaking serious, really? This is gonna block the railroad. It's gonna take... These trains go 90 miles an hour. We're not talking about freight. Why am I explaining this? You guys don't need an explanation. I'm done with you people.
Yeah, such a fast train like All Aboard Florida, you know how long they would take to cross? Just under a minute, yeah. So don't buy into any of that baloney saying that it's gonna take 3 to 4 minutes per train to cross. Even All Aboard Florida has released a video demonstrating that they can cross in under a minute. Freight trains, seriously? Do you think out of thin air they're just going to be sending freight trains everywhere? Is that what the company really wants? If they wanted to send freight trains down the Florida East Coast mainline, they could do it just right now. The infrastructure currently allows for about 24 freight trains a day, which is hard to believe because only right now 8 trains a day traverse the Florida East Coast corridor. All Aboard Florida, on the other hand, is a completely separate company, and freight business will have nothing to do and will not benefit All Aboard Florida at all. The passenger trains are a completely separate agenda, completely separate business program. It's not a thing in common with the Florida East Coast Railway's current freight operation. Now yes, the Panama Canal expansion may cause more freight to trickle onto the Florida East Coast main line in the future, but whether or not all aboard Florida is happening, Florida East Coast Railway has the power to do it. And they're already investing in new locomotives that are energy efficient, by the way, in order to make it happen. But this is completely at a corporate, private level of decision making. And as such, if they want to run more trains, they could. They don't need anyone to say that, and they already could maybe run 2 more trains right now if they wanted to, but economic levels dictate that, not the railroad. And based on economic activity and supply and demand, very basic concepts, the railroad will act accordingly. So I hope that this video has cleared up all of your uncertainties and doubts about All Aboard Florida and has actually cleared you guys up with facts about the system and what it plans to bring to the state of Florida. Thanks for watching.